Thank you so much. Wow, awesome to finally get to be part of one of these amazing events. I've looked at lots of the videos online, and so honored to get to be part of it. Thank you all for being here and letting me play for you. Thanks to TEDx for having me. That first piece was called Butter 2, and that was from an album we did a few years ago called Run Toward the Mountains. And just thought I'd kind of quickly tell you why or how I came to play these weird instruments. Basically, the short version is I grew up in the country and was really into music from a really young age, and couldn't drive anywhere, couldn't even really walk to anyone's house that was into playing music. So I really had to figure out how to do everything by myself, and anything I wanted to hear, I had to find a way to do it myself, and that eventually led to these instruments that kind of allow me to get a little closer to, sort of the full band thing that I hear in my head that I've always wanted to do. And then a little later, after I picked this instrument up, I started to do a lot with what's called live looping, which I'm sure lots of you are familiar with, but that basically means that you're able to kind of layer yourself on the spot, recording on the spot, and building up these layers to get more sound happening. So you'll hear a little bit of that on this next piece. But I also wanted to quickly talk about this instrument because this is a custom-made instrument with some really interesting technology. And given the theme today, we definitely wanted to feature this. So this is a hard thing to explain. I feel like I'm not very good at explaining it because no matter what I say, people come up to me afterwards and they have questions that tell me they didn't understand. So I'm going to try and demonstrate this as best as I can. But these things that you can see here, the green things that kind of look like pickups that have the lights on them, this is a new thing called acoustic synthesis. It's invented by a guy named Paul Vaux. And this instrument was built by Wade Sylvester, but it incorporates Paul Vaux's technology. And the reason it's called acoustic synthesis is because the sound is completely acoustic. But then the synthesis part is, with these buttons and sliders, I can control the sound in a similar way to like an analog synthesizer keyboard. But the sound is not going through any processing or effects pedals or MIDI or anything like that. It's actually happening completely acoustically just on the strings. And the way that works is that these magnets here create a magnetic field around each string, and they can affect how that string physically vibrates in order to get different sounds. So right now, this instrument is off. There's no pickups going through the speakers at the moment, just so we can demonstrate this. So just like my voice is acoustic and it's being picked up by the microphone, I'll kind of show you how this instrument would sound, in a room with no amplification or headphones or speakers or anything. So you can do things like sustain forever or change what harmonics are coming out. All that kind of stuff. So anyway, it's complicated, but... So it's just opened up a whole new palette for me, musically, and we're going to share a little bit of that. This is a really new piece. It doesn't have a title yet for now. I call this instrument the Beast because it's got a lot of things in it, and it's really heavy, and it can do a lot. So this song is, for now, just titled Beast 5.
Thank